Imagine waking up on Easter morning in Victorian England. The church bells are ringing. Families are dressed in their finest clothes. London seems peaceful. But hidden inside a quiet estate on the outskirts of the city, a terrible discovery is about to shock the nation. The victim was a woman history barely remembers. She lived under the name Jane Jones. No one knew much about her. No family came forward. Few records survived. Yet her death would trigger one of the biggest police investigations Britain had ever seen. The murderer escaped, not because he was clever, but because the police simply couldn't follow him. Cross one parish boundary, and the officers had to stop. That unbelievable weakness allowed a killer to disappear into the English countryside. Public outrage was immediate. Newspapers demanded answers. Politicians demanded reform. And before long, Britain would create a new kind of police officer, a detective. This is the forgotten murder that helped transform modern policing. To understand this case, you first have to understand London. By 1842, the city was the largest in the world. More than 2 million people crowded its streets. Factories expanded every year. New neighborhoods appeared almost overnight. But while London was growing, its police system was struggling to keep up. The Metropolitan Police had only existed for a little over a decade. Many people still distrusted them. Officers mostly walked fixed routes, preventing crime rather than solving it. There were no detectives as we know them today. No fingerprint analysis, no forensic laboratories, no national database. And perhaps most importantly, a police officer's authority ended at his own district. If a criminal crossed into another jurisdiction, the pursuit often ended there. It was a flaw few people noticed, until one shocking murder exposed it. The victim remains one of the most mysterious figures in Victorian criminal history. Records identify her as Jane Jones. Whether that was her real name, no one can say with certainty. Like many working-class women of the period, she left almost no written trace. She was connected with an estate near Roehampton, an area that mixed grand country homes with farmland and servants' cottages. Life there appeared quiet, safe, respectable. Nothing suggested the tragedy that was about to unfold. Because behind that peaceful image, someone was preparing for violence. Attention soon turned toward a man named Daniel Good. Good worked around the estate. People described him as capable, strong, and familiar with the local area. Nothing about him initially suggested he would become the center of one of Britain's most infamous investigations. But after Jane disappeared, witnesses began recalling unusual conversations, small details, movements, things that seemed insignificant at first, yet became increasingly suspicious. Then came Easter Sunday. Everything changed. On Easter Sunday, in 1842, searchers made a horrifying discovery. Jane's body had been hidden near the estate. The peaceful holiday instantly became a crime scene. Word spread rapidly. Neighbors gathered. Curious crowds appeared. Police officers arrived. Victorian newspapers soon filled with dramatic reports. Every new detail intensified public fear. Who had done this? Why? And where was the killer now? Investigators quickly focused on Daniel Good. But by then, he was already gone. Officers began searching immediately, but almost at once, they encountered an astonishing problem. Good crossed into another police district. The officers pursuing him suddenly faced legal limits. Their authority effectively stopped. Communication between districts was slow. Coordination barely existed. Critical hours slipped away. The suspect continued moving through southern England while police struggled to organize. Newspapers criticized the investigation relentlessly. How could a murderer escape? Simply by crossing invisible administrative boundaries. The case became more than a murder investigation. It became proof that Britain's policing system was no longer fit for a modern nation. After days of searching, Daniel Good was finally located in Tunbridge, Kent. Authorities arrested him and returned him to London. The capture made national headlines. Crowds gathered to catch a glimpse of the accused. For many Victorians, the arrest offered relief, but it also raised uncomfortable questions. Why had it taken so long? How close had he come to escaping completely? The investigation itself had become part of the story. Daniel Good was tried at the Old Bailey. Witnesses testified. Evidence was presented according to the standards of the time. The jury reached its decision. Good was found guilty. He received the ultimate punishment then available under British law. Yet the verdict did not end public debate. Instead, people focused on everything that had gone wrong before the arrest. The murder had revealed dangerous weaknesses in Britain's police system. Soon afterward, the Metropolitan Police expanded its approach to criminal investigation. Specialized detectives became increasingly important. Over time, these reforms developed into the detective branch of Scotland Yard, an important step toward modern investigative policing. Jane Jones herself remains an elusive figure in history. Many details of her life have been lost, but the consequences of the investigation into her death left a lasting mark on British policing. One forgotten victim helped expose a national problem, and in doing so, change the future of criminal investigation in Britain forever. History often remembers famous kings, powerful politicians, and notorious criminals, but sometimes it is an almost forgotten victim who changes the course of history. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more true stories from British history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Which forgotten historical case should we explore next?